Hello from Boise, Idaho. My name is Dr. Heather Wenzler, and I'm a Microsoft Learning Consultant and the owner of Wenzler Education Consulting. Thank you so much for joining me today. I will provide my contact info at the conclusion of today's video, so make sure to stay tuned. Now, I appreciate your time, so let's get started. So you may have noticed that a channel meeting behaves much more different than a non-channel meeting in Microsoft Teams. For example, in a channel meeting, if you conduct a meeting in a channel, for example, if you're a teacher and all of your students are in your team and you're conducting a meeting inside of your team, inside of a channel, a few things don't happen. First, there is no calendar invitation that is sent to all of the students, all of the members of the team. That can be a real problem because we might forget that we actually have this meeting if it's not on our calendars. It happens to me all the time. So there is a workaround for that specific problem. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to go ahead and schedule a channel meeting inside of one of my channels inside of my team. And again, all I have to do is click in and we're going to, basically what we're going to be doing is creating a meeting link, but we want to teach our students that they can create their own calendar placeholder and paste the link in there so that they create their own meeting calendar. All right, so I'm going to call this creating a link to post. I'm not going to add any attendees because it's going to go into a channel. I am the organizer, so it's automatically on my calendar. So I'm going to pick the date. Oops, let's not go backwards in time. And the time. And let's say this is a recurring meeting. Let's say this is going to occur weekly. And then I'm going to click into my channel. So I'm going to click on my team. We're going to put this, I'm just going to put it in check-in meetings. I can also add a location. So if I'm hybrid, if some of my students or some of my attendees will be online, but some will be in person, I can also add a location. My agenda, things to think about, things to do are all going to go in my bottom notes. Of course, I can choose my response options. I don't want them to forward this. And this is not like a webinar, so I do not need them to register for this event. In order to create the invitation, I do not have to worry about adding required attendees. So I'm going to click send. It's going to take me back to my calendar and we're going to create that meeting. So again, it's a recurring meeting. Here it is. It's just taking a second to post. Channel meetings sometimes take a little bit of time. All right. And we know that this is recurring. I'm going to come back into my team. I'm going to click into where the meeting is held. I just want to make sure that it's there. And yes, there it is. So of course, this is where my attendees are going to come to launch the meeting. But again, there's no calendar invite. So what I want to teach my attendees to do, what I'm going to do is come in here. Actually, all right. Now, because I'm the organizer, I can edit all of this information, but of course, my attendees can't edit, but they can see things. So one of the things that they can do where it says click here to join the meeting, all we need to do is teach our attendees, right mouse click over those words, and we want to choose copy link. So I'm going to copy that link. And then I'm going to come back into my calendar. So I want my students to create a placeholder for themselves. So I'm just going to click back onto calendar and let's go to that date. Now, let's say I'm a brand new, this is not my teacher's calendar. Let's say it's my calendar. So I'm going to come in to the first day of our first meeting. Okay. And what I want to do is I'm going to call this the same meeting title that my teacher has. So maybe it's the name of a class. I know I gave it a different name in my demo, but I'm probably going to give it a class name, meaning, and let's say this, I know that this is a weekly meeting. I don't need to add required attendees. I need to put in the correct start and stop time. So that was 2 o'clock to 2:30. I want to set the same repeating information, the same information that my teacher put in. So as the teacher, I'm going to maybe do a demo video for my students, maybe a Flipgrid video to show them how to do this, as well as maybe typing the instructions for how to create this placeholder. This is an extra step. I understand. And it's not required, but this is a way for you to get that channel meeting invitation on your calendar so that you don't have to go digging for it later. So I'm going to make sure that my settings on my calendar match the information from the actual meeting. Then instead of typing an agenda down here in the bottom, I'm going to paste that meeting link. All right. Now, I don't need to add any attendees. I don't need to add channels. All I need to do is make sure that the name of the meeting is the name of the meeting, that the date and time that this is starting is accurate, and if it is a recurring meeting, that I have the recurring meeting settings to be the same as that of my teacher. Then I'm just going to simply paste the join link for the meeting and click Save. Again, this is what I would do as the student, as the attendee, to ensure that I have it on my calendar. Now, this is being addressed. But it's not going to be for a few more months. So until we can have channel meetings with emails sent and a link to join in a calendar invite, until all of that happens, this is a workaround. So now, as the student, I see that there is a recurring meeting. And if I go every week, it's going to be there. So I'm not going to forget. And then each time it's time to join the meeting, sure, I can go into my classroom team, but let's say I don't want to. I'm in my calendar. I want to go here. I one time click on the name of the meeting. I'm going to expand the meeting by clicking the arrows. And again, I'm the organizer of this meeting. It's on my personal calendar, so I can change all of this information. It's going to give me the option. But there's the join link. And so here I can just click and I will join that meeting. Thank you so much again for joining today. As promised, my contact information is up on the screen. If you do find yourself in need of support, please don't hesitate to reach out. I'm here to help in whatever way you need. Have a fantastic rest of your day. And again, thank you. Cheers.